Our next review of the day is going to be for a movie called Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. This is an adaptation based on the book, a very popular book. It is a book that's usually aimed at girls, teaching them about their bodies, specifically going through menstruation, having periods, as well as just a coming of age book, you know what I mean, about, you know, various different topics, whether it's, you know, insecurity, popularity, you know, adolescence, anxieties, being a child and what that kind of means, the kind of stress that you have, the issues that you kind of have there, you know, when you're kind of in your developmental stage as a child coming into adulthood. So in this movie here, you have, let me pull up the lead actress's name here. People might remember her. She was Cassie Lang in the Ant-Man movie. She was the little girl there before they switched her over. She was that. It's Abby Ryder Forreston, who I think does a very good job here. I think she captures kind of that trying to figure out things very well, being this young girl, because here you have it where she's with her family. You have her two parents. You have Rachel McAdams and Benny Safdie. People remember Benny Safdie. He was in the movie Good Time with Robert Pattinson. He was also just recently in that movie Licorice Pizza too. He was also just recently in that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So their family is kind of uprooting. They're moving from New York to New Jersey. Father got a new job. The daughter is trying to adjust to her new environment, make new friends. And when she kind of falls in with this clique of new friends in New Jersey, you know, a lot of them talking about, like, you know, they're in the fourth grade, I believe. Yeah, they're in the fourth grade. They're 12 years old, 11 years old. And a lot of them is like, I want to know what it's like to have a period, you know what I mean? You know, become a woman, things like that, you know, starting to, you know, grow more as a child into womanhood. And that's kind of a big thing with this clique, is like, they're all about that. You know, they're all about, like, I want to, you know what it's like to have that. It's a lot of discussions about them and their bodies. And you see kind of that, you know, what it's like kind of for young girls there, especially you see it kind of, that kind of envy is reflected because there's another girl in the class who shows up who's way taller and more physically developed than all the other kids in class. Because like as soon as this girl, she steps in, they have one of the girls, the main girl, Abby Ryder Forreston, who plays Margaret, who kind of comes like, is that the teacher? It's like, no, that's actually one of the students. And you see like all these girls gossip about her, make up rumors about her. It's a girl. It's in the movie. She's called Laura. It's played by an actress named Asolia Young is her name. So you see kind of like, you know, because they feel insecure about their bodies, you know, they're kind of projecting that onto this young girl because, you know, she is more physically developed than them. And you see kind of also there's some love interest here for her, but it's not really the main focus of here. Like there's a neighbor boy who she kind of likes, but it's really not the real main focus here of the story. But yeah, I mean, it's a good coming of age movie, you know, if you are interested in that type of thing about, you know, just kind of, you know, even though that, you know, I'm not a woman, of course, but you know, we all go through that period of, you know, the awkwardness as children and what that was kind of like. And kind of, it's kind of a bonding experience that you kind of have, trying to figure out things, trying to figure out, you know, who are your friends and you know, trying to get over your own insecurities about your body. And especially, you know, for, you know, women, especially for young girls, how that is so scrutinized at such an early age too, for them. And there's some good kind of, you know, comedic moments with that they do. For instance, like, you know, they grab like her dad's Playboy and they're looking at the photos of the women in Playboy and they're trying to, you know what I mean, trying to copy like, you know, their body, and just says like, if we do these certain exercises, we're going to have a body like that when we grow up, you know? So there's kind of some good, you know, kind of funny moments like that in the movie. There's a moment where they're looking at like a medical book where they're looking at the actual diagrams of the human body, the anatomy of the human body. There's that kind of stuff of, again, you know, curious kids being curious, you know, as kids are, you know, at that age of trying to figure things out. So there's a lot of that in the movie. Rachel McAdams in it, who plays the mother. There's a little bit of a side plot with her kind of going on, that ties back into the main plot with her daughter, because she's Christian in the movie, and then her husband's Jewish, so she had a falling out with her family because of that, because of religious differences, and then they just kind of allowed their daughter to kind of just grow up as like, hey, you can pick whatever you want, you know, you don't, there's no pressure on you, because of, you know, what she kind of came from, and her parents making her choose. So there's a little bit of her kind of reaching back out to her parents, trying to fix and mend that relationship, because he's like, you know, my parents just discarded me, you know what I mean? You know, all these years of knowing them, and then just because I, you know, married this person, they just kind of discarded me. So there's stuff with that. And then also her moving into this suburb in New Jersey. She was an art teacher, and now she doesn't do that anymore, moving, and she's kind of trying to discover, it's like, okay, where's my place here? It doesn't do kind of maybe typical like suburban mom stuff. It's like she's the bored suburban mom, and stuff. They do a little of that, but I think what they do is they kind of subvert that enough where the good performance by Rachel McAdams doesn't make it so boring and dull. Of like, what is the mom gonna do in this suburbia, and how's she gonna find something interesting to do? You know, she kind of, you know, finds her place there and what she can do. You really don't get much with Benny Safdie as the father. He's good in it. I like him. There isn't really too much kind of going on with him, but he's solid in the movie. Kathy Bates, she's the grandmother of this. Sylvia, she's very good. Kathy Bates is always excellent character actress. Kathy Bates is. I can't name a bad Kathy Bates performance, but she has a really great relationship and close relationship with the daughter, and that makes also for some really good moments too, of them kind of they work really well off each other, and they bounce off really well at each other too. So I thought that was really sweet to see. So yeah, I mean, I greatly enjoyed this movie. You know, I had a good time with it. And yeah, so I would give it a good tune in for me. With Are You
Nice.
There, God? It's Me, Margaret.